YouTuber CRS Firearms is facing 45 years in federal prison after being found guilty by a jury of his peers. Let's talk about that here on Guns and Gadgets, but before I jump into it, I want to thank the sponsor of the video since we're talking about freedom today, and that's CMMG. CMMG makes a lot of cool tools that you and I both enjoy regularly. Some of them are short, some are long. Some have rear surface area suitable for shouldering, some don't. Check out their new Descent line as well that's just hitting the market. It's really, really cool. You know how to find them. Can't even tell you where to find them because freedom shall reign supreme. But I can tell you there's a 10% coupon you can use, GNG10. That's huge, guys and gals. Thanks to CMMG for being not only a sponsor of the channel, but a friend to my family, as well as a defender of freedom. And we're here to talk about that freedom in the case of Matt Hoover, aka CRS Firearms. Now, just about everybody in our community should know about the CRS Firearms case. It's the auto keycard case out of Florida that turned into a federal disaster for two men. Now, I'm going to tell you, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the press release by the Justice Department, and we'll discuss things as we go along, shall we? So here's the press release itself. It says, federal jury convicts two men for conspiring to transfer unregistered machine gun conversion devices disguised as pen holders. Now this case is more of a scare the populace into submission type of case. And it's a piece of, it's a stainless steel card, a little bigger than a business card with, there are several versions of it. There are etchings or drawings of what's commonly known as a lightning link. A lightning link is a drop-in device that can convert an AR from semi to full auto. However, you would have to cut out the items and do gunsmithing to make them work. In fact, the Justice Department called several witnesses in this case, and some of them even said we couldn't get it to work. Some of them said it made the gun jam. But let's get into the press release. Jacksonville, Florida. United States Attorney Roger B. Hanberg announces that a federal jury today found Christopher Justin Boyer Irvin, 43 of Orange Park, Florida, and Matthew Raymond Hoover, 39 of Wisconsin, guilty of conspiring to transfer unregistered machine gun conversion devices that they referred to as auto keycards. Additionally, Irvin was convicted of 7 counts of transferring unregistered machine gun conversion devices, 3 counts of possessing unregistered machine gun conversion devices, and 1 count of structuring cash transactions to avoid currency transaction reporting requirements. Hoover was also convicted of 4 counts of transferring unregistered machine gun conversion devices. Irvin faces a maximum penalty of 110 years in federal prison, and Hoover, CRS, faces a maximum penalty of 45 years in federal prison. The sentencing hearing is scheduled for July 31st of 2023. Irvin was first charged on March 2nd of 2021 and Hoover on January 26th of 2022. Both Irvin and Hoover have been remanded to the custody of the U.S. Marshals Service. It's crazy that you can have a YouTube channel and talk about an item or as a small business owner create an item that pokes the bear. I'm going to be honest here. This device and the way it was marketed poked the bear, and this bear being the ATF, poked them, right? And the bear bit back, and bit back big. But who would have thought it could happen off of a card, right? It's crazy. That's the government we have, in which they get to determine what things are. For instance, this might not be the world's best cup of dark roast 1776 coffee made by Blackout, of course. The government could just interpret this as freedom nectar. That's what we also call it at Blackout Coffee. The government, what I'm saying, I'm playing coy, but the government is interpreting things how they seem fit. You know, the unelected bureaucrats and the rest of we the people are supposed to fall in line. I don't remember reading that in the Constitution. Speaking of the ATF examined the auto keycards, and a firearms enforcement officer was able to remove the pieces of a lightning link from the auto keycard using a common Dremel rotary tool in about 40 minutes. When the firearms enforcement officer placed the two pieces of the Lightning Link into an AR-15 type firearm, it converted the semi-automatic firearm to be fully automatic. Now, Matt Hoover got caught up in this because Irvin, the creator of the auto key card, sponsored advertisements on CRS Firearms' channel. And because of that, that's where they're getting the conspiracy, because he was helping to perpetuate the sale of them and stuff like that. Now, one more thing from the announcement. It says this case was investigated by the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, the U.S. Postal Inspection Service, and the Internal Revenue Service Criminal Investigation. It's being prosecuted by Assistant United States Attorneys Laura Coffer Taylor and David B. Mizrobian. Now, this case was actually reported to ATF by a bank teller because Irvin had to take money out, and when he wanted to take large amounts of money, the bank said they could only have so much cash per day. That's actually a thing if anybody's actually tried to take their own money out of the bank. If you have a limit higher than that bank has available, they won't give it to you. They'll have to do what's called an order. They'll order the cash in, and then you get to have your cash at a later date. So he went to different institutions to make up the sum, is what the defense says. And what the government says is he was doing that to stay under the threshold of reporting. So it all started at the bank teller. And as a result, Matt Hoover and Justin Irvin are right now behind bars, and they are going to be sentenced on July 31 for a potential of 45 years for CRS Firearms and 100+ years for Irvin. Keep that in mind, guys and gals, that the government does what they want until they're told not to years and years later. Thus, like our situation here in the Second Amendment, the Bruin decision, right? New York did what they did for years. Massachusetts did what they did for years. Maryland, Hawaii, California, and it took a huge lawsuit to make them change. And then they're still trying to do what they were doing anyway. So I just wanted to bring the news out. This is big news in our community. The potential of 45 years in prison for talking about the auto key card on YouTube, and the government came down hard. Let me know what you guys and gals think about this whole scenario down in the description area, the comment section. Don't mind me. It's been a rough couple days. I drove across country again last night. My back is absolutely jacked up. Standing is difficult. And the weekend before, I got a concussion. It's just been a rough week, 6-7 days here, but we will press through, and because of you, we get to do this and notify the community of what's really going on in the Second Amendment. You can help me by hitting that subscribe button down below, liking the video, and share. It takes about 3 seconds of your day, but it does a huge help for the channel and the anti-gun YouTube algorithm. Thank you. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, and carry a gun to keep you, your friends, your family, your community safe. Let me know what you think about the CRS case in the comments below, and I'll see you all on the next one. Take care.